Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really exciting video for you. It's going to be a newborn must-haves, and it's also going to be a collab with Cassidy from It's Me Cassidy. She's going to be doing this same video, and I will put her video link down in the description and her channel. She has the cutest channel. She has the cutest little family. She actually has a son, Jensen, who's a little toddler, and then she has a daughter, Lila Ray, who is a newborn. So definitely go check out her video and her channel. I will leave all of her information down in the description box, and if you are coming over from her video, from her channel, hi, my name is Crystal, and please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And we also have a daily vlogging channel where I daily vlog with my husband Brandon, and we have a daughter. Her name is Addie, and she is 4 months old. So I definitely know what I needed in the newborn phase. She's obviously out of that now, so I can definitely say that these things were definitely must-haves for me when she was a newborn. So I'm just going to get started because I have a huge pile over here, and it's not going to be in any particular order, just kind of as I pull it out. So the very first thing is the owlet, and a lot of people have been asking us like to do a review, and I am going to be doing a full review on the owlet just because it is kind of pricey and everyone wants to know like if it's worth it, and I definitely would consider it a must-have. When I first had my daughter, if you are new or if you don't know, I have severe anxiety, and it just got way worse when I had my daughter, and I would wake up every 15 minutes when she was asleep and go check on her and make sure that she was breathing, and I wouldn't let anyone else have her. It was really bad and really hard for a while there, and so we got the owlet, and mostly it just helped me sleep so much better and just kept me at such peace of mind knowing, you know, you can check on your phone. It has an app. I would just, you know, check my phone really quickly, and then I wouldn't wake her up. There was a few times when I'd accidentally like wake her up when I was checking on her and everything like that. So I definitely think that if you have anxiety, or if you're having anxiety once you have a newborn, that this is definitely a good purchase. And also, it's just better to be safe than sorry, especially with, if you guys follow Jess Fam. It's so scary what happened to her daughter, and I'm just so scared of it, even more now I think, because of that and because of watching what happened. And so I definitely think that this is a must-have, not even just for newborns. And so along with that, I would say that a must-have, I cannot find them in this file, they're really little, but they're little sock-ons. And if you just go on Amazon or, you know, Google or whatever, and you just look up sock-ons, you have to order them. Even if you're not going to be using the owlet, it just helps those little teeny, you know, baby socks stay on their teeny feet, because I mean, if you have ever had a newborn, you know that socks do not stay on their feet, and it's kind of hard for the owlet to stay on their feet when they're like really newborn. So you just slip them on over their socks or over the owlet, and it just helps them stay on so much better. They were honestly a lifesaver. She was just constantly kicking off her socks, and sometimes the owlet like gets a bad reading if it's kind of loose. So definitely recommend those. Those are definitely a must-have. And another thing is socks, obviously, and you know, they give you those mittens, and everyone buys the mittens for their hands because they like to claw their hands. I never really used those. I used them a few times, but she would just fling them off because they were too big for her little newborn hands. So we just used the socks that we used on her feet, and they worked a lot better. Now they still flung off. I think that they should have one with like a little drawstring, but then it might be a little bit dangerous. But still, like, they need to improve the whole mitten thing because they do not work. But the socks do work a little bit better. The next thing is a monitor. Now I do have the owlet, but I use the monitor too. She's actually taking a nap, so we'll see how long she sleeps for. But the monitor that we use is a Motorola HD something, and honestly, I don't know if I would recommend this one. I'm going to be doing a full review on it because I'm just not sure. I think that we might end up actually returning it, or like getting a warranty or getting our money back or something. But I will go over all of that in the review. But I definitely think that a monitor is a must-have, especially if you're having them take naps in other rooms, or we co-sleep, but like if you're having them in a separate room during the night, this would be really helpful. Just to be able to see them, it's good to have both covered. The next thing that I would say is a boppy, and I'm going to be doing a breastfeeding must-haves video. I have so many videos that I want to film because we've been having, you know, so many problems with my daughter Addie, and so things are finally starting to settle down. I'm going to be starting to film more on this channel and film a lot more videos, but anyways, definitely a boppy. Even if you're not breastfeeding, it's really, really handy to have, and I definitely say that it's a must-have. It's nice for when, you know, you're holding the baby and you don't want to, it's just kind of hard to always be holding your arms up, and especially for guests when they would come, or visitors when they would come and visit, and they wanted to hold her for a long period of time or anything like that, definitely the boppy was really helpful. And then, you know, obviously for breastfeeding, it was really nice to be able to, you know, have her there, and especially in the beginning when she was a newborn and she was having, you know, problems with breastfeeding and latching, it was nice to have both of my hands to be checking her latch and to be checking everything, and also, you know, to multitask, to get whatever you need to do done on the computer, on your phone, or even I would always eat when I was breastfeeding, and so yeah, this definitely helped out with that. Another thing that I would definitely recommend and say is a must-have is a pacifier or a binky. And my daughter actually didn't really take a binky. We're trying to get her into it now because it's better than, like, you know, she used to always want to be on the boob when she was breastfeeding, like constantly. It was like she'd be awake, she wouldn't even be hungry, she'd just want to suck. And so she was like attached to me, and she didn't really want the binky. And now, you know, that we've stopped breastfeeding, she's really attached to the bottle, which obviously, you know, I don't want to leave that in her mouth all night, because first of all, you know, it's bad for their teeth, it's bad for choking, and it's, you know, a bottle is bad after an hour, so it's not a good thing. And so we've been trying to get her on the binky more, and she loves this one. This is the only one. We've tried every other kind, and this is actually the Dr. Brown's binky that's exactly like their nipples on their bottles. So I definitely recommend this if your baby is having troubles with other binkies and they use the Dr. Brown's bottles. I definitely recommend this. And then also, just like, this is not a Wubbanub, but it's kind of like a Wubbanub. But with the Wubbanub, how many times am I going to say Wubbanub? That's such a weird word. But anyways, the Wubbanub, you can't change out the pacifier, and since she likes this pacifier, she doesn't really like the Wubbanub one. This is just something that I got on Amazon. It's called Cuddles Me, and it's a little lamb, and it just like clips into the pacifier, so you can use whatever pacifier you want. So I would definitely suggest this. It's definitely a must-have because it like kind of weighs it down and makes it easier, and also they can like grab onto it and hold onto it because she really likes to be grabbing things. So the next few things are clothes, and the very first thing that I would say is a must-have is white onesies. And white onesies, just get a big old pack because they're going to be going through things so easy. It's just so easy to throw this on or to throw it in the wash. I would just definitely recommend a lot of white onesies. The next thing that I would say is like a must-have in the clothing category is these little sleepers. And if you're looking for sleepers, you're pregnant, or you have a newborn, these ones are lifesavers. They have like little hand covers and foot covers, and they're a zip up, and that is just, this is like the best kind of sleeper ever, because, you know, obviously their little mittens don't stay on, socks don't, they stay on better, but they don't really stay on that well on their hands. So I definitely say that anything, really any clothing that has these, especially in the first few weeks, first month, newborn stage, definitely need these because they love to scratch up their face. And then the little foot coverings, whatever, the little foot coverings, definitely I would recommend, and I think are a must-have because they don't keep their socks on very well. And, you know, even with the sock-ons, it's just nice to have it all connected. And then zippers are so nice in the middle of the night. The buttons just, you know, it's sometimes you are just a zombie. Actually, most of the newborn stage you're a zombie. So it's just nice to not even have to think about it, just zip it right up, and, you know, it's so much easier. And especially for Brandon, you know, for a dad, he had never really dealt with newborn things before, so he would always like button them up wrong, and he'd be like, what's going on? Because sometimes the buttons are confusing, especially when you haven't ever had a baby before, you haven't ever had a newborn. It's kind of confusing, especially in the middle of the night. So I would definitely recommend zippers, and if you can find some with feet coverings and hand coverings, this is just the best kind of sleeper. The next thing that is a must-have for the clothing category is these little sleep sack gowns. I don't know exactly what they're called. I don't know. But basically they're little gowns or little sacks, and this one is really nice because it's a zip up, and that is so nice, especially in the middle of the night. And this one has a bottom, and it's just easy. And then also, if you can find some with the hand covers, this one doesn't have the hand covers, but definitely these. And then these are amazing. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. Like, this is so dainty. But anyways, this one has a little hand coverings, which is so nice, and it just goes over the top of their head, but it has the little bottom open so that you can, you know, lift it up and change their butt in the middle of the night. And these are so nice and handy. And another thing in that kind of clothing area, sleeping clothing, is I don't have like all of, I'm going to be making I have so many videos that I want to make, but anyways, I'm going to be making a favorite swaddles video. But basically, and this one's like all, I just took it out of the dryer. This one's all, you know, stuck together. But sleep sack pods, swaddle pods is what they're called. And I'm not very good at swaddling at all. She could get out of it so easily, and so I definitely recommend, if you are having troubles, or you know what, even it just makes it a lot easier, is these little swaddle pods that, you know, zip up, and then they have Velcro to make it extra tight. This one is the Cuddles Swaddle Sack brand, and yeah, and these ones are really nice. And another one that is really nice is the Halo Swaddle Sack. Those are really, really good. So I definitely recommend, these are definitely must-haves, especially for me. She just loved being swaddled. Newborns, most of them like to be swaddled, and those definitely help with that. Another must-have is bottles, obviously. Even if you are breastfeeding, you want to, you know, introduce bottles so that they can take a bottle if you're ever not available or anything like that. So for breastfeeding, I would definitely recommend these bottles that have the breast-like shape, I guess. And so these are the two that we have used and that I really like. The first one is the Tommy Tippy Closer to Nature, and she really, really liked these when she was a newborn, and they didn't affect her breastfeeding at all. And then also these ones are even more like the breast, I feel like. And these are the Como Tomo, and we really like these. It's like really fleshy down here and everything like that, and these I would definitely recommend. But if you have a fussy baby, a colicky baby with gas and everything like that, like we do, then you're going to end up, I mean, these are definitely a must-have for a colicky baby. And so these are the Dr. Browns, and they have a few different kinds. They have the ones with the green inserts and the ones with the blue inserts. They both work the same. I don't really know the difference. I don't really think that there is much of a difference, but we really like these for her colic. Definitely helps. Another thing that is a must-have, especially where we live in Montana, and it's really cold, and so we definitely, sometimes it's windy and everything like that. Definitely a car seat cover is definitely a must-have. Plus it's nice to be able to like cover them up when you go anywhere, and so that the sun isn't getting in their eyes. And it's especially handy for when, you know, strangers are trying to peek in on your baby and you're like, no, germs, she's a newborn. That happened to me so many times. I was like, oh my gosh, just get away from my baby. So yes, definitely would suggest this. This helps keep strangers, you know, from peeking in, and it keeps the wind out and everything, sun, everything. So this one is actually from Amazon. I will try to link everything down below, but I'm probably not gonna be able to do everything. But this one is from Amazon, and I think it was like 13 bucks. Like, it was really, really cheap, and I love it. And it has this little like drawstring, little teeny bag like this big that I just throw into our diaper bag if I ever want to put this away. And also this is a breastfeeding cover and a car seat cover, so this is definitely a must-have. The next thing that I would say is a must-have is a carrier, and you can get whatever kind of carrier you like. I really want to actually start trying like slings and wraps and everything like that, but the one that I have is the Ergo and it's the one for like hiking and sports and everything like that. And I definitely would say this is a must-have if you like a baby, or if you have a baby that likes to be carried. Addie still does this, so in order to get anything done, I definitely need this. But I really want to try a wrap, so definitely let me know down in the comments if you have any suggestions. I've tried the Moby and I didn't really like it, so I'm definitely looking for another wrap. And the next thing is coconut oil. And I have a lot of must-haves, I just realized, but seriously, all of these were definitely must-haves when she was a newborn. So the next one is coconut oil, and this is essential. This is what I use instead of lotion and just really everything. I used it for nipple cream when I was breastfeeding, everything. It is just amazing. I use it for everything now. I use it on my hair, cooking, everything. So definitely some organic virgin coconut oil. This one's just from Costco. And then like I said, have a fussy, colicky baby, and she actually has severe allergies, everything like that. But anyways, gripe water, and we still use this, and it's just made such a difference. And so I would definitely suggest some gripe water. Another must-have is, obviously you need to be bathing your baby for the first few weeks or until their umbilical cord falls off. You don't really need to be, you just give them sponge baths. But after that, I didn't really like the actual ones that you like put in the tub that you just buy at the store. I definitely would recommend this Angel Care bath seat, and you basically just put it on the bottom of your tub. You just fill up your tub like normal, and Addie just really likes this a lot more because it's a lot more comfy. It's just like squishy instead of like those hard plastic ones. So I would definitely suggest this if you're looking for a new bathtub or a bathtub that you would like better. Another thing is the DockATot, and this is definitely a must-have. I've done an entire review about this on our vlogging channel. I will link that down below, but the DockATot I would definitely say is a must-have, especially if you are co-sleeping. We tried so many different co-sleepers and we didn't really like any of them. They were either too bulky or she just didn't like them. You know, there was a lot of different reasons, but I would definitely recommend the DockATot. It just makes them kind of feel more secure, and obviously it's good for co-sleeping. It has little handles so you can take it wherever you want. You can take it onto the couch if you're going to fold laundry. The next essential is this sterile saline mist, and you know, you can't really get the boogers unless they're like right at the very tip with the bulb or anything like that. So this definitely helps. You just squirt it up in their nose and let it like sit a little bit, and then it's a lot easier to get those boogers out, which I know it's kind of gross, but you know, sometimes babies are kind of gross. The next thing is, and I think that this is like the second to last thing, we're almost there. The next thing is water wipes. And I have used water wipes from the beginning, but I just, when I was pregnant, for all of this, you know, for everything for my baby, and I was looking for wipes, I was looking at, you know, the sensitive kind, I was looking at the organic kind, and everything had chemicals in it. Everything had so many, even the sensitive, you know, wipes had chemicals in it, and it was just, it really didn't sit well with me, and I have really sensitive skin. I will break out in hives if I put anything new on my face pretty much, and my husband has really sensitive eczema prone skin, so I definitely knew that like we were at risk for that and everything like that. So we picked up water wipes, and they are 99.9% water and 0.1% fruit extract. They're chemical free, and really you don't need any chemicals to get your baby clean at all. Like, this has gotten some really sticky poops off of our daughter's butt. So definitely I would pick up some of these. These are so much better. The only thing that I would say is that they really need to improve like the system, like their entire packaging, because I really like the ones that have like the entire container and then you can just get them out. Because these, you know, you open it up through here. This one's a new pack. And a lot of time this entire bag will like rip in half, and whenever you grab one out, like 5 come out. It's really hard to use them, but what we do is we just, you know, we bought one of those wipes with the actual like square container, and then we just put this inside and then take all the wipes out and just put this inside, because otherwise, you know, it could get dry if this breaks open or anything like that. But I would definitely recommend these. These are just amazing. And they're also for eczema. They're accepted by the National Eczema Association. Can't read. But that is definitely a must-have. And then our very last must-have. And this is going to be in my breastfeeding must-haves video. But lanolin cream. If you are breastfeeding, this is so important. Like, I used coconut oil and this, and I love both of them. But I would definitely recommend this. Even if you're not breastfeeding and you're pumping, whatever it is, this is just amazing. And you don't have to like wash it off of your nipples like when they're going to feed or anything like that. So this is definitely a must-have. Okay, I have one more must-have. I know that I said that I was done, but I have one more, and it is actually an app, but my phone's dead right now. It is called Feed Baby, and I'm in no way sponsored by any of these companies or anything like that, any of these brands, but Feed Baby is an app that you can download on your phone. I don't think that it costs anything. It might cost anything to like get it on multiple different devices to sync them. But in the beginning, you know, you're wondering, especially with breastfeeding, I was like, Brandon, which boob did I feed off of last? And I was like, I don't know. So I'd end up like feeding off of like the right one or the left one a lot more because I couldn't remember. And so this app has, you know, when you fed them last, and whether it was on the left or the right boob, whether you pumped on the left or the right boob, you know, you can enter in formula, how many ounces, everything like that. You can enter in poop, pee, you know, both, what it looked like, everything like that. You can enter in when was the last time that you gave them gas drops, Tylenol, when was the last time that they slept. You can enter little notes, like really you can do everything. And since we have had some problems with Addie, we've actually been keeping track to show for her doctor. So that's been really helpful, and to show the specialist what's going on and exactly how much she's eating, exactly how much she's sleeping, exactly how many, you know, wet or poopy diapers she's having a day. So I would definitely recommend that, especially in the newborn stage. I was wondering, you know, is she healthy? What's going on? How much is she eating? The doctors want to know that a lot. Like, they ask you every single visit. So I would definitely suggest that. And especially if you're breastfeeding, because I tried this whole, like, you know, you put the hair tie on the other hand or whatever, and it just never worked for me because I would never remember it. But if it was on my phone, like, I remembered it. So yes, that is definitely a must-have, and those are all of my must-haves. Definitely go check out It's Me Cassidy and her video and her channel. Like I said, she has the cutest family, and I'm really thankful. She's actually become a really good friend here on YouTube. And please be sure to subscribe to her and also to me if you haven't. And our daily vlogging channel. We've got lots of fun things coming up. But anyways, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!